Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we have an extra special video where I'm playing a 1v1 versus my friend Paul, where I will be giving him a shot a hole in this first of a three-part series where we're playing the first 6 holes of the competition. And here I am, I've won the T-flip. First hole, glorious day, feet rubbing me, and we're blasting driver. What have we got? Oh, that's unusual for me, and that's a top, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe the first you've seen on this channel, and here he is, the grey man himself, and not the suave lad you see on Netflix, but just wears grey for days. 5-iron, pink tracer, smashed down the centre. You love to see that from the lad. Not from me, but... So, we're in an unusual place here. 190 yards out on a short par 4. I have a 7-iron because it's downwind. Looking to just get this on the green or something decent, please. That would be good. Make up for that nonsense. That ain't it. I've got that very low on the face, possibly thin, and I've gone in that right-hand bunker. Whoopsie daisy. And here's Paul from a much more ideal position with a shot on this hole as well, so he's absolutely in the driver's seat here. Nice strike. Divot's gone an absolute mile, and no, he's plugged in the face of the bunker. Whoopsie daisy. So now it's a bunker off. Both digging about in the sand. No castles though. Should be fairly routine. That's a bit right. Nah, not bad. And there's Paul whittering on about his stance. He's slightly concerned there's no sand in the bunker. That will be entertaining. Chris could be in danger in the background. You can't actually see him. And that is a huge swipe, and he's done well. It's gone a bit long, but he's out of the bunker. And I think he said he'll take that. Here's Pixel Man himself with his orange ball. Zoomed in so you could see the line. Looked like he pulled it a bit. But I tell you what, no. One up to Paul then. That's quite a sensational up and down from that fried egg. So Paul takes the honour. 1 up through 1, and this looks like another 5-iron. Oh no, oh no. That's a toppy Magoo, and that's left, and oh dear. So, can I forget that visual that I've just got and hit this 5-iron down the middle of the fairway? Please not a second top in a row. That's not a top, that's just glorious. Straight down the middle, and I'm in the ascendancy. Oh dear, that is not something you want to see, and I wish I could erase that from my memory. Unfortunately, that is my face, as Paul tries to hack out from the trees and somehow has managed to leave the face open and hit it in the other trees. So here he is again, tottering about. Now he has to hit it low to get it under the trees, and he's pulled it left. We've literally zigzagged up and down this hole. Thank you, Paul. That looks like it could be against the wall. So I have yet again hit the ball too far in this hole, and that should sound like a good thing, but it's not 'cause I'm too close. Very tested chip, and that's a bit skinny, and I'm not talking about me. That needs to sit. I'm clicking at it, but that does nothing ever, and I've rolled down the back. Paul does have a shot, fortunately for him. Yeah, it didn't look like the greatest strike, but it's managed to stay up on the top level. He's clicking as well. Well, if you can tell, that's me. 4 pixel face himself, putting up the hill. 2 putts here should be... well, it should do the trick in all honesty. Good line. No, just come up short. But I'll take that par, and it does give Paul the opportunity to have the hole, but this has to go in for a 5 net 4. He's levered it. And, well, that was atrocious. He had to give it a go, but sometimes that happens. So, back to all square then. I've got the tee box back, and this is a 3-wood. Just looking for that gap between the right-hand trees and the left-hand trees. Keep saying it, but you've seen this all before. You know what I need to do. Hit it up the middle. Easy game. That's perfect. If I do say so myself, and I look like a toilet spinning the club, but that usually signifies a good shot. And here's Paul after that. Can he follow things up? Toing and throwing on the last hole. Is it playing on his mind? Yes. That's into oblivion left. probably has a shot, but not much of one. It's actually not that bad, but he's choosing the smart play, which is a pleasant surprise. He's just hitting sand wedge down short of the ditch, and that's a nice strike indeed. Well played, sir. Respect. So we're both fairly similar. You can just see my ball ahead, and with shots involved, we're both lying net one. So what can Paul do here? Flag just to the right of the deceased eyes yet again. Oh my word. He's digging to China, and that's short and left. So yet again, the door is creaking open. Little gap wedge from 110, slightly downwind. Just a nice easy one. Nothing too silly here. But the mistakes are being made. Cannot get through that creak door. Just got my finger caught in it and I've missed it right. What an idiot. So, Paul is still in the hole here. And he could really do with getting up and down. Decent strike on that. We won't talk about the action because we all know it's a bit yippy at this stage if you've not seen him before. But it's in a decent spot and this has to go close now. And the line was amazing, there's Crenty, but I've slid it 4 feet by and now have a real test. So if Paul knocks this in, we're in agony, basically. I can't even tot up the number of shots we've all had, but that's not a good looking stroke from the young man. So here we go then. This is for the hole, for par. You can't quite see from this angle, but in all honesty, there's about 1.5 foot of break and it's 4 foot long. Face tells 1,000 words there. It's been conceded for a 5, so this is for a 6.5. Great effort. Not a particularly well played hole from either of us, but it's somehow a half, so we will stay at level. So just a 3-wood on this short par 4 here. About 250 yards to reach the green. And you can't see it, but I'm spinning a club, and honest to God, you can't see the green, but that could have been so close to going in if you looked at the pitch mark and where the ball ended up. Driver for Paul then. He's saying it's a bit towy, but it was on a good line. Just had to get up. And that's where he is. In the middle of the trees. Some exceptional punch shot required here, I would suspect. It's a punch of sorts. It's not his best, but it's out the trees. Similar thing required here. That's me in the background. Did not want to run back to my camera to turn it round to show you what he had in front of him. That's got to go as well. Better strike this time. I think he's misjudged the distance and he's left it short. And this is where he's ended up. So he's now chipping to try and save par, whereas I'm on the green in 1. Really needs to go in. No. Actually, the line wasn't too bad. I wasn't expecting it to come in that much, but it's been left short and we conceded. 1 up for me then, as we play the downhill par 3. I suspect this is an 8-iron straight downhill from 170 odd. Looked like there was lightning there, but I can assure you there's not. And I'm hanging it out to dry right. It really needs to come back. Ooh, it's not. That could be bunker bound. So Paul, who does have a shot here on a short par 3. I say it's short par 3. It's not a short par 3. It's quite a difficult par 3. Similar club. Oh no. I don't know why he's looking at the ground, but that's a cold top. Fairway finder? No. It's in the rough. Paul with a shot. I'm not on the green. I'm just short of the bunker, so something good here would be needed. I'll tell you what, that is on a sublime line. Distance looks good as well. It is really trickling out on this hard ground. You can't really see where that's ended up because there's just pixels everywhere. I need a new camera, I know. If you could subscribe, that really does help me out, and maybe one day, if things go well, I could get a new camera for all this filming. Anywho, here's my chip. Green's a bit softer than I thought because of the rain, and it took a bit of a bounce. But we do have this for par from about 10 feet. I should know the reads on these greens since I've played the course about 1 billion times. And this putt never really moves. So I've hit it straight and yes, par. However, after a horrendous tee shot, Paul has a putt for par and to win the hole. And you're probably about to see me lose my mind. Oh, great effort. Thought that might have been missing low, but it just trickled in and we're back to level. Unreal. So Paul on the tee with an iron for position here in his usual mode. If he keeps the ball in play, Paul can be extremely dangerous, and he's done just that. It's not his best tee shot, but he'll only leave a short iron into screen, whereas I am going for it with a 3-wood. Yellow tee's further up today, so we can certainly get there with a decently struck ball, but we need to flirt with the left-hand trees, and that's divine. Should be somewhere near. My lack of expression tells you nothing. Poker face. So here's Paul there, 100 marker right in front of him, so about 120 yards, and a sand wedge or a gap wedge, and that's a bit of a tuggy bow winkle. Decent strike. Oh dear. He's got extremely unlucky here. I've somehow got past the bunk and I'm just past the rake on the left there, and this looks very awkward. Old Glassback might be in trouble here. Just on the green would be good. Oh no. He's caught it very, very thin. Has fallen out with Chris and has tried to kill him, and that does not look good. Flirting with the wall again, and not in a nice way. So my second shot, chipping. Oh, got a bit of grip on that. That was nice. And that'll be conceded for a 3, and that